YouTube, Budzilla here. I've made a decision. I'm going to start making some more videos. Come here. I usually only make a video that I think that will be relevant to things that everyone is doing. And I got an email. I got several emails, but I got some comical ones. One of them, I thought I had it up on the screen, but I don't. One of them said, pretty much everything you make is useless, and I would never use any of it, but you're entertaining to watch. So would you make more videos? So, yes, I'm going to make more videos, and I'm going to run the gamut. Sometimes I do metalwork, sometimes I do woodwork, sometimes I do electronics, sometimes I do working on my car, sometimes I work on the house. Yeah, it's going to be totally random. So, today's project, we're making a Lamborghini Diablo key. So basically my car came with a key, but they're so expensive that it's ridiculous. I think it's $180 just for the blank, and then you still have to get it cut. So basically I'm going to duplicate mine and then sell them on eBay for an affordable price, because it's not any different than any other key. It's just because it has that bull logo on it that they feel it's legal to rape you. So I already have my stuff set up here. I'm going to bring the camera in closer. I'll show you what's going on, and then I'll explain it as we go. This is the situation. Say hi, buddy. Okay. Now, if you look here, I have this cup sitting on a little scale. And in this cup is this. It's just white casting rubber. And then here's a catalyst that you add to it. It's a 10-to-1 mix. So I've already poured the rubber in here just because it can be messy. So I already poured the rubber, what I think I'm going to need. And now on my scale, I take what the weight is. Whoops. Let's do this. I forgot I want to take out the weight of the cup. And this stuff is so picky, so you have to be right on. If you get it off, if it's wrong, it will never cure, ever. Like, it'll just stay wet, and it is a disaster. Okay, so this weighs 2.57 ounces. So let's just say 2.6. So 10% of that is 0.26, which comes to like 280-ish. That's pretty close. 282 total. So now I want to get that up to 282 from 256. Let me see here. So I just add this until it gets to 282. More is okay, but if you put less than what it asks for, it's not going to be. It's not going to work. Okay. So let me get a stirrer here, and now I stir this up thoroughly. I'll show you that. Once it's mixed, it actually looks really delicious. I'm pretty sure you can't eat it though. Now, anything that I do here, guys, feel free to leave comments, even bad ones. You know, because some things I'm learning here too. So I've made a pact to myself that I'm not going to edit my videos out. I'm not going to edit the mistakes out. See how good that looks? Because I think that's important, that you see that everybody makes mistakes. A lot of people edit all the mistakes out. Well, that's just not how real life is. And if you don't make mistakes, good for you. But I do. Okay, so now I have this mixed up thoroughly. And now what I'm going to do, get rid of the scale here so it's not in the way. I made a little box. You can see the key sitting in this little box here. And basically, in that little box is the other end of this, which is your Diablo key. So I have that dipped in there now. This is holding it upside down, and I'm going to pour the casting rubber in here. You have to make sure that everything is sealed. It's just a little box. It's just to hold it until it hardens. But make triple sure that you seal it, because if you don't, it is a mess. it leaks all over the place and you can't clean it up. You have to wait for it to dry. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in here now, little by little. Now this step isn't as imperative as the isn't as imperative as the casting resin that we will put in later. This is very forgiving, so most of the air bubbles, when you use a heat gun on it, will go away. So it'll come out an exact replica of what you're casting with this rubber. It's pretty fascinating, really. And it's really a good thing to learn because, I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can make anything. Something breaks inside your car, you glue it together, and then you could come out and make a mold and make yourself, a duplicate. And you'll see here when I pour this, or when I pull this out of the mold, it will be absolutely perfect. Like it conforms to the tiniest details. And we're going to do that through the magic of the internet, so we don't have to wait for this to dry. So I'm just going to get this full. And you're probably going to ask, how did I know how much to put in here? There is a formula. I don't use it. I've been doing this for a while, and I have a pretty good idea what the project is going to call for. I rarely waste a lot. I mean, you're always going to waste a little bit. But yeah, just get it close. They make more. So if you run out, you just buy more. Trying to speed this up a little bit here. Okay, it's almost full. And this casting rubber is just, you can buy this on eBay. I think it's a little over $100 for a gallon, but it's I'm telling you, it's worth it. Once you do one mold, the world just opens its doors to you. You think of all kinds of things that you can make on your own that you no longer have to buy. And actually, on this one can here that I've sitting here, this one can of casting rubber, I've probably, well, I still have 3/4 of it left, and it is paid for tenfold, easily. Okay, so now you see that's sitting in there. I usually tap it a little bit, try to get the bubbles, squeeze it. You'll see little bubbles come out. But this is really the trick. Is a standard heat gun. You could use a hair dryer if you don't have a heat gun, and you just go over the top, and once this gets heated up, all of the bubbles will rise to the top, and the heat gun will burst them. We actually had a really good pour there because not a lot of bubbles are coming up. So I'm not going to bore you with this. That's not a very fascinating video. But I am going to show you what we will have when we're done here. And what we'll have is this. This is the mold broken apart. And you can see the detail that it captures is just it's really astonishing. I mean, you can see the little tiny bull, his little feet, his little tail. I mean, it's amazing. So that dries. It takes about 2 or 3 hours because you don't want to pull it out early. Late is fine. And then out of that, you will have this. So I'm basically having people send me their key blanks, and I'm going to put it in a Lamborghini Diablo because a lot of people build replicas, and the replicas are built around a Fiero, so they're getting into a Lamborghini car, that looks like one, and then they're starting it with a Fiero key. So this would this would actually look a lot better. You know what I mean? It would look more authentic. And don't go fibbing to people, but you could say it's a real Lamborghini key. So that's that. That's it for now. hopefully this video helped you out. I forgot the one step, the other step. So let's say that's what we have. Okay. Then you go to your casting resin. I'll bring the camera over here. And this is what I use for casting small things. This is the West system. And basically it's just an epoxy resin. This is 5:1, so one of these, or one of 5 of these, and then 1 of these. And you mix it thoroughly. You can add any color. If you want to make a black key, you can add black because it's clear. If you want a red key, you can make red. I showed you that. So I made the red key. And the way you color the pigment is any latex paint. You mix it up thoroughly and it will come out that color. So that's it. So let's pretend we made that. We put this together. We have our key blank in there. We pour it, tap all the bubbles out, and tomorrow morning I'll come and there will be a key in there. So that's it. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. Again, even the bad ones I welcome. And that's it for now. I will see you in the near future. Have a great day. Okay, Poop, let's go.